welcome back to the channel. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about value in reading. Are we getting value for money when we read our books? Are books a fantastic form of value as far as entertainment goes? Let's take movies as an example. Maybe you spend $20 to go see a movie. Maybe that movie was really good, you had a lot of fun, so at $10 an hour that was worth it. Let's talk about TV, your streaming service. Maybe if you have a series that you really want to watch and you really enjoy, that's worth that $20 a month. Maybe you need 2 series. What about books? What about digital versus physical books? If you're buying on an e-device and you are paying, let's say, $1 because it's in sale, that's a really good value. You could have spent hours reading the book and it might have only cost you 99 cents or 99 pence, and that's going to allow you to have a lot of entertainment for a long time. But sometimes ebooks aren't cheaper. Ebooks don't have as high a quality artwork. You don't get to see them on your shelf, have that nostalgia feeling. You don't get to have that tactile feel. And also, you can buy books cheap as well. Paperbacks, second-hand paperbacks, like the Sharp series especially, these can be had for less than $1 a piece. That's really good value. I really enjoy reading Sharp. And at less than $1, I get to have it here physically. I have the artwork, I have it on my shelf, it's tactile. I think mass market paperbacks are still portable. I don't mind carrying around a paperback in my pocket or in my coat or in my bag. And that kind of gives it a leg up on having digital purchases. If I wanted to, I could lend this to a friend. I could sell it on. Maybe it actually cost me nothing at all. Sometimes that can be true for digital books too. Project Gutenberg, for example, but also for a library. So there are ways to get value for money, but how do we quantify that? What about new releases? Well, one good thing about new releases is you get to support the author. Philip Chase released this book not so long ago, and yes, okay, so you might have to spend yourself, $15 to pick up a copy of The Prophet of Idan, but it looks great, it feels great, it reads great. I mean, it's less than the price of a cinema ticket to go see a movie, so am I still getting value for money? I think if the book's good, then definitely. But what about quality? Is quality a big issue with value? If I get a book for $1, what if I don't enjoy it? What if I spend 2 days, 3 days, 4 days reading a book, I don't enjoy it? Not only do I feel like I've not got value for money, I feel like my time's been wasted. What about rereadability? Like The Lord of the Rings. It's very high quality. It's very long in length. It can be bought cheaply and is incredibly rereadable because it has the depth that we want in our literature that allows us to reread it and glean new entertainment, new insights into the work. This is an example, I think, of a book of almost immeasurable quality or immeasurable value for money. If you manage to pick up a book like that cheaply, and it is something you enjoy, I mean, it's gonna, you're gonna have fun for ages. What about if it's an IP that has been extrapolated into books, into reading? This was a video game, Mass Effect, but the prequel is actually a novel. You can't play the prequel in game form if you're a gamer, but you can read about it. Has this added value to that video game you bought? Has it added value to you as a book? You can buy it digitally, you can buy it physically, you can get it secondhand. What about special editions? Now, this is the kind of thing that really made me think about value in reading. What about something like The Last Man? This copy of The Last Man here, this is a Photo Society edition. Now this, brand new, could have cost £70 to £100 or dollars. Is that value for money? I mean, it's very pretty, but if I'm not going to read it again anytime soon, that's a lot. I think it's a very high number of dollars to hours ratio there. That's right up there with cinema as being one of the most expensive art forms at that point. If you're buying special editions, especially, if you look at fantasy at the moment, every book's got a special edition. Some of these are very limited in quantity. They're hundreds of dollars. The shipping is insane to get hold of a copy. Are you still getting value for money? I suppose at the end of the day, it comes down to how much enjoyment you're getting and probably how much money's in your bank account. For me, I try to buy at a reasonable price when I am buying books. I like to support authors, so I like to buy kind of a decent amount of used and new. But at the end of the day, we can afford what we can afford, and it's important that we buy stuff that we are going to read. When we read it, we're going to enjoy, and ideally, if we can get some readability, some kind of rereads out of it as well, I think that's definitely a win. Let me know your thoughts, because this is a topic that I think should probably be discussed on multiple Booktube channels, not just by me in this corner. So please put it down in the description and in the comments if you've got anything to add to this.